Welcome in, everyone, to the one, the only, biggest liar on the internet. Abuse apologist extraordinaire. Welcome in. How is it going, everybody? It's great to see you all. Good God, is it good to see you all. Good God, is it good to be back. Oh my God. How are we all doing? I don't even know how to do this. I've literally forgotten how to stream. Is it like, something's gone wrong with like my volume booster thing and everything? I don't know. Is that, okay, right, yeah, that's fine. All right. Oh, that's just changed. Oh, okay. All right, so my extensions have gone. Yeah, gotta use the computer and click buttons in it. I know, it's absurd. Absolutely absurd. I can't believe they're expecting me to do this. Also updated, by the way, updated once again. I think this is the perfect LUT. I've figured it all out. Like, this looks perfect. Like, the LUTs before, they were a bit too saturated, a bit too red, a bit too yellow around the beard. That might just be from where I was drinking piss, though. So I don't know. Oh my God, Columbo.
Can't stay as I need to sleep, but wanted to drop this bad boy Kappa.
Columbo, thank you so much for dropping a tier 3 for 40 months. Thank you so much for supporting my stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Adam, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. There's a hype train already. There's a hype train already. I can't believe it. Literally back for, what, 10 minutes? And there's a hype train. Also, I think Johnny also subscribed earlier. Thank you so much, Johnny, for the tier 1 for 31 months. And thank you again, Adam, for the 3 months of Prime. Welcome in. Gosh, there's so many people here. Hold up, hold up. I got to say hi to everybody. Jesus Christ. Fungi Fog, Adam Warlock, Julia, Hell to Pay, I Star Mist. Hello, hello. How's it going? Columbo, thank you so much again for the tier 3. Really appreciate that. We got Cynthia Citrus. We got Julia. We got Terra Tofu. We got Lyra and friends. Hello. Dr. Joctor, Donald John, or DJ Muel himself. It's right. It's me. Sterling's Kitchen. Thank you so much for being here, Sterling. Yo, check out Sterling's Kitchen, everybody. Go and show him some love. Phenomenal streamer. Lovely, lovely guy. Hello, Confero. Hello, Half a Laptop. Faye and Twilight. Oh, Faye, thank you so much for the Prime sub.
That Prime sub carrot.
You might as well. You might as well use the Prime sub. That's very, very true. Faye also gets a shout out because she's a great streamer as well. So there you go. You got that as well. Have I given a shout out to Johnny? Go follow Just Johnny, everybody. So many awesome peeps in the stream tonight. Oh, Mr. Dank with the sex amount. Thank you so much for donating the sex amount. I appreciate that. Who else do we got here? We got Vord, Confero. Yeah, I said hi to Confero. We got Vordrella. We got Just Johnny. There really is a big old apocalypse mood on Twitch over here. What, is this about the Gamba stuff? Hello, Caitlin. Hello, how are you? Cyberquaker, what's going on? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Fabio, I don't know if I'm saying that right. 96.99. Hello, how's it going? You got a 5 a.m. start tomorrow. Oh, fuck that, Johnny. That sucks. Oh my God. It is like 100 months. Hello, Grublington. What's going on? And Adrenaline. Hello, how are you? Yes, yes. Please consider subscribing off Twitch, everybody. I've not got my... That's the one thing that I forgot to fucking do. Oh!
Imagine this is bits. You should have seen the state of our wares.
Columbo, thank you so much for donating 20 quid. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, just because this is my first stream back, I've not got the dono bar set up yet. So, yeah, basically. That's that, basically. But thank you so much for the £20. Oh, Lyra!
Gotta make up for all the cash you missed out on while you were off.
Thank you for the tenner. Oh my God, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I'm poor as fuck right now. I'm literally poor as fuck right now. Fungi Fog, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you so much for the 7 months. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Oh my God, I wasn't prepared for this, chat. Was not prepared for this at all. I was prepared for a very quiet stream. You know, with nothing much going on. People have been good to me, so now I'm going to be good to you. That's how the world should work, right? That's literally how the world should work. It doesn't, but it should, you know. Hey, Apple Chips. What's going on? Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Don't stop until he cries. No, 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 no. Listen, you know me. I'm one of those people that doesn't really cry too much. The only time I'm going to cry is if we watch more, you know, like that when we were watching the Vietnam War memories and stuff like that. Damn. Holy fucking shit, you know? That really fucking got to me. Plague Dogs. Yeah, Plague Dogs. That's a sad one. I will cry at Plague Dogs. I will cry at that film. That's a very, very crying film for me. I cried at another film recently. No, I told you about that one. That was the film. Do you remember we watched the Samantha Lux video about Anything's Possible? It's a film about a black trans girl at school falls in love with a guy. Cried at that one. That was nice. Anything that's like queer and has anything about like parents accepting you and stuff in it, like that will always make me cry. Every single time. And hello, Survided. Your eyes do not deceive you. I am live here on twitch.television. There is a lot to talk about, isn't there? Like, holy shit, like, you know, Terra Tofu talking about the apocalypse thing. Like, people are going to move away from Twitch and stuff like that. We could talk about that. That's fine.
Hey, want that hot boy.
Have some of my leftover bits.
So
Wish
much.
I hadn't bought them and could donate properly instead. But that's the sins of the past haunting me today, LMAO.
It is the sins of the past. Thank you so much, Terra Tofu. Thank you for the 420. Thank you for the weed number. Thank you for the Blaze It number. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Goblin Hugger is here as well. I knew I missed someone. I knew I fucking... I missed someone. Please go follow Goblin Hugger, everyone. They're absolutely amazing. Was watching their stream last night. Really, really liked that. Really, really had a nice chill time. Good night, Columbo. Thank you so much for being here. You're starting work at 6:30. Oh, I do not envy you, love. I do not envy you at all. But thank you so much for the support, and thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon. Appreciate you. Hey, Rebel Firestorm, same though. I mean, if I could actually cry, still unpacking that toxic masculinity. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I suffer with that a lot. And I suffer with it even more than I thought I did. You know, I thought like, oh yeah, you know, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty, you know, I've unpacked a lot of that toxic masculinity. But no, it's really hard, actually. Really hard to really sort of truly face down all the stuff, especially when you're like 30, you know? That shit really sucks. I did see one that Lucia was commenting on, actually had a 60-40 split for the streamer. Listen, if you're gonna go on and stream on a different platform right now, you do wanna be doing YouTube. It's really the only viable option. You know, they offer a lot sort of better, what do you call it? Just a lot better incentives, really. I was watching a video about it with $27 last night. I'm probably not going to be moving from Twitch anytime soon, just because ADHD, I'm used to it, you know, I'm not really bothered. You know, it's whatever. Who cares? For me personally. Like, I know that, like, Twitch is, like, you know, doing some stupid stuff right now. But what's discoverability like on YouTube, though? Pretty good if you're streaming, from what I've seen, like, because there's not many streamers on the platform. Definitely not as many as there are on Twitch. Does YouTube have stuff like raids? That's the only problem with YouTube streaming. They don't have, like, the capability for stuff like that yet, you know? Like, they've got, like, I don't even think they've got emotes. But they've got, like, subscriptions and they've got bits. Super chats are basically bits, and memberships are basically subscriptions. So, you know. Hey, Chloe, what's going on? Welcome in. Yo, gang, go give Chloe a follow. Faye's a phenomenal streamer and a good friend. I hope you're doing all right. Yeah, it's this is the thing, like, Twitch has been doing Twitch for so long. It's just, yeah, it's just not, I don't know, it's just really stressful. Like, I don't know, if there's affiliates here on Twitch, like, you can still stream on Twitch now, as long as you don't stream, you can stream on YouTube, as long as you don't stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. That's a mistake that I see a lot of people make. And you can get done for that. Is the pronouns bot down? Not for me. I can see them all. I can see all your pronouns there. I can see them all. Hey, Lost Futures, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. So maybe it might be time. And, like, here's the thing as well. Like, YouTube is going hard on shorts as well at the minute. This is just things that I heard from this guy on this YouTube video that David was watching last night. So, you know, that shit's super interesting. Like, they're going really hard on shorts at the minute, and apparently they want creators to be able to, like, live off making shorts, you know, like some creators do on TikToks, which is wild, because, like, they've just introduced it. So, who knows? Better TTV is implementing emotes there, and I think there are some kind of emotes. You rarely watch any of those. Yeah, you can use BTTV for YouTube, yeah. Speaking of pronouns, I got to change them. I experimented with Faye, and I fucking love it. Well, that is good to hear, Cynthia. Good for you. Yeah, just replicate TikTok. Yeah, basically like that. Yeah, they're gunning for the TikTok dollar. 1000%. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, give it a go. Like, at the end of the day, like, you know, it sucks that I can't, like, shout people's YouTube channels out. Like, maybe you can. I don't know. You hate shorts so much, you're waiting for it to stop being popular. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, unfortunately. Like, I'm not the biggest fan, don't get me wrong. Like, I much prefer TikTok. I don't know why. I like having things compartmentalized, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of why I'm a bit loath to go away from Twitch, because it's like, well, you know, on Twitch, I know what I'm doing. That's the place for streaming. That's where I go to stream. YouTube is where I make videos, you know? A girl can dream. She sure can. She sure can. Now YouTube cares about short form content after destroying it completely way back. Yeah, absolutely ruining the lives of animators all over the platform. Not good. You've seen some concerning stuff floating on shorts. Listen, I don't know if you've ever been on TikTok, but I've spent a lot of time. I've spent a lot of time on TikTok over the last few weeks while I've been on holiday. And oh boy, some of the lives, I swear to God, not good. I've seen a bunch of lives. There's this one guy that keeps popping up on my live TikTok live thing, and he's like, he sounds like a Scouser. He might be a Wool. I don't know. He's from near Liverpool or something like that. And all he was doing today, I literally saw him today, and I reported his fucking stream because he was talking about how, like, Irish people are just horrible people. He was like, the Irish are fucking bad, like, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the other, going on about it. I was trying to do a Scouse accent, but I ended up doing semi-Irish. But he's going on like, fucking Irish, fucking, they're the ones who shot that fucking 9-year-old girl. Blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And I was like, this is fucked, dude. Like, this is absolutely fucked. And you want to talk about debates? There are so many people doing debates on TikTok, but it's actually quite interesting. I do want to talk about, like, the debates on TikTok because they're totally different from, like, debate bro content. It's really interesting. You do tend to find people just having, like, okay conversations, and it's really odd. You do get the odd person debating stuff like, you know, they debate all the same, what do you call it, the same topics. And that's not good. You know, like, you know, there'll be like every now and then there'll be like a trans person and their debate topics will be like trans women are women and stuff like that, and, you know, well, you know, base stuff. But, like, you don't need to debate it, do you? Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's kind of dry. No, I've not seen any, like, N-word good or bad. I've seen a lot of, like, flat earther debates. Quite interesting. I thought TikTok was exclusively short videos. Yeah, but they got TikTok live, don't they? Oh, Rebel Firestorm, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. YouTube doesn't care about short form content. They want the sweet, never-ending, curated, endless playing videos so you never leave their platform content. Yes, that's right, Chloe. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. And hello, Emmy. How are you doing? Welcome in. We're back. I've not seen any uses of the tactical N-word. I don't tend to watch TikTok lives. I'll watch like a little bit of it and I'll be like, what's going on here? Some of the worst ones I've seen are like people with like sick kids, or like their kids, they're like pretending to be sick. And they're like, please, please donate. My kids are sick. And it's like, oh my God, what is happening? This is insane. Can't handle it. Just have to skip that. I just have to skip them. I can't watch it. Someone else popped in. Smutty Baba Yaga, how you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, it's pretty grim. There were some streams of like, you ever seen those kids that get born with like a huge head and red eyes? And it would just be like a stream of like that kid, you know, hooked up to IVs and stuff like that. And you know, it's schneid. Like a lot of people like that do need support and stuff like that. But I don't know, like there's an element of it that's like, I don't know, it just feels exploitative. And you never know the full story, do you? You don't know, like, could be like, you never heard of that? I'm not going to show you because it'll freak some people out. And I know that some people would say that that's like ableist to say, but like some people aren't ready to see that kind of shit. Popo, thank you so much.
djmuel egg.
For the 4 months. How are you doing? Welcome in. Oh, B-Rat. Oh my goodness. How are you doing? A real life
Dr. Donald Muel stream.
That's right. Thank you so much for the 6 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hello, Oggy Hands as well. Welcome in. Hello, everybody. Feels more like a sideshow exhibition. That's how it feels. But then again, you know, who knows? Who knows? Oh, Layla! Oh my God, thanks for the 3 years.
3 years, woohoo.
Thank you so much for the 3 months, Layla. How are you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, it's fucked up. Like, yeah, you know, it sucks that people have to, you know, if those streams are genuine, it sucks that they have to like resort to doing shit like that. People should just have healthcare, you know, generally. But it's very interesting, the old TikTok lives. The only thing I'll say positive about YouTube Shorts is that it introduced me to Dimension 20 and got me watching that. What's that then, Chloe? Social media generally, filming your autistic children having meltdowns is not allyship. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, that's... Yeah, I just think like any kind of content where it's like a parent and a child, you know, a young child that's like not of the age of consent, you know, and they don't understand what's going on. They don't understand that they're being used for content and stuff like that. They've not agreed to it, you know? Hey, Raul, what? How you doing? Good to see you. It's going well, thank you. Had a young family member got their TikTok slapped into one of those cringe channel things, which was very upsetting. Whoa, no, that sucks. Like, I have, like, an issue with kids being on social media in general. I just don't think a lot of them understand the ramifications of it. And I think that, like... yeah, it's just, you know... Honestly, when I think about some of the things that I've seen with, like, kids making content and what have you... And then I think like, yo, I used to make content when I was like 25 and I'm ashamed of that stuff. That stuff. If people saw that stuff, they would be like, DJ Muel was very cringe, and they would be right. Even though cringe is definitely something that we need to move away from being scared of and definitely need to embrace more and more, because who fucking cares, right? Still, the stuff that I used to make was extremely cringe. Hey Quill, what's going on? Chloe, do you mind giving a shout out to Quill, please? Quillightful. Oh, Smutty Baba Yaga!
Subbing off Twitch gives +1 dopamine.
It does! Thank you so much for the £5. I should really... Do you know what? Fuck it, I can do this real quick. I'm gonna make the widget real quick. Yeah, we're post-cringe. We're post-cringe, yeah. He's old enough to understand, but he is neurodivergent, and it's like that you're faking it garbage. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. You're 26, and the stuff you make is extremely cringe. But being aware of the cringe is what counts, right? That's what counts. So what do I do here? End goal. So listen, what have I had already so far? I've had like a tenner, a 20, a 30. I've got like 40 quid, right? I've made like 40 quid has been donated this stream. So rushed September goal, please. I need food. Yeah, there you go. People will understand that, I'm sure. The goal amount, I don't know. Let's make it like 300 or something. We probably won't hit it. I don't have any incentives to offer you or anything like that. I'm sorry. But we're doing the incentives next week. We're doing it next week. 9th of the 9th. No, 30th of the 9th. This American date format always fucks me up. All right. 30th of the 9th, 2022. That's the donation goal. All right, so that should be there. Brilliant. Okay, sweet. There you go. Lovely. Right, what did I miss in the chat? What were we talking about? Who needs incentives? We got DJ Muel streams back. Right, yeah, so the Gandalf Lord of the Rings stream, that's going to be next week on Monday. And public movie night. Public domain movie night. I think I'm going to do both at the same time. I'm not sure. Both at in the same stream, because that'll be fun. Chris says, Sterling says, I'm 34. Most of my life is cringe. I feel that too, to be honest. I'd still do cringe stuff. I still do very cringe stuff. 100%. Do not kill the part of you that's cringe. Kill the part that cringes. That's exactly it. Hello, overzealous euthanasiast. How are you doing? Welcome in. Life is a cringe comedy worth acclimatizing to. I agree, yeah. I like that the donation bar is bisexual. Everything in this stream is bisexual, apart from the lighting. Because I used to have it like that, but it was very difficult to maintain on a shoestring budget, which is what I have for streams. Great to see you as well, Master of the Art. Hello, welcome in. What's the sub off Twitch command? It's literally just sub off Twitch. All one word. Like that. The lighting could be more bisexual, it's true. It could be, yeah. But it's not. This is the best that the lighting's going to get. You can't dance in VR and not be cringe. Right. Exactly. Oh!
Thanks for all that you do.
Hell to pay! Oh my god. Thank you so much for the £100. Flabbergasted. Absolutely flabbergasted. Holy fucking shit. Let's get some love in the chat for Hell to Pay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that dono. Holy shit. You have no idea. Listen, chat. I'm going to be real with you, right? Are you ready? Like, this is what a £100 dono gets you. It gets you a bit of real mule time. Reality, right? I did not get what I wanted from the Xanderhol video, which was lots of people going, wicked, great, good, here's my money, right? And it has really sucked, because the idea was get a lot of people interested in the video. Not the people who are interested in the video. The people who are interested in the video now are debate bros. It was hopefully people who are fans of video essayists and understand that they're bad, etc, etc. So it didn't work out the way that I planned, and I have been shitting it. If you are a patron, you will have seen the patron update in which I explain that I'm actually applying for universal credit at the minute. I'm also applying for, you know, council tax reduction stuff, because it's just too expensive to live here. It's just, honestly, it's just too expensive to live in this country at the minute. It's insane. I've had a few patrons and new patrons, don't get me wrong, and obviously there's been people who've got their subscriptions still enabled on Twitch and stuff like that, etc, etc, etc. And that's been really, really good, and I really appreciate that. But I have really been worried about making making ends meet, you know. And that was the whole reason. That was the whole reason that I spent so much time making that video as good as I could, as well researched and spent as much time on it as I did. But yeah, honestly, it's just like, yeah, it didn't fucking work out. So, yeah, let's spend another bajillion on the royals. Listen, we're going to be doing some royal content in a bit. We're going to be doing some royals content in a bit, believe you me. We're absolutely looking at that. Only reason I'm not in a similar situation is the privilege of living with a parent who doesn't charge rent. Fucked up, Muel. Yeah, like, this is the thing. It's everybody's having a tough time right now, you know what I mean? And I feel bad complaining about it because it's like, you know, I think a lot of people think like, oh, listen, you know, you're a content creator. You've got one of the best jobs ever. And it's like, nah, you don't get it. You don't get it. It's not like that. It's not like that. There's a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes that is just not good. It's just not good. And it's hard. It's hard work. It's real hard work. But anyway, we still move, still keep going. You know, the thing that keeps me going is that I believe in the content that I make, right? Do you know what I mean? And I believe in all you lot. You lot keep me going a lot. Like, I did worry for a minute that, like, everybody would, like, forget that I existed after taking, like, nearly a month off. You know what I mean? But I really appreciate seeing everybody here. And I can't thank you enough for all the donos, the subs, and the bits so far. It's been so kind of you, so I appreciate that. And there's new people popping in the chat all the time. Birdie Blake, how's it going? Birdie is a streamer. I did not know that Birdie streamed on twitch.tv. I'm going to go and follow Birdie right now. They are an amazing artist, and you should absolutely go and follow them if they stream. Thank you for shouting them out, Chloe. Appreciate that. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm sorry, mate, and it sucks. It shouldn't be this hard to survive. I know you know it's not your fault, but you work so hard and it isn't fair. I'm glad I can sometimes send a little extra your way. Hope the rest of the internet shows up for you sooner and later. Listen, I've got a lot of faith in my Berserk video. I think the Berserk video is going to pop the fuck off. You know? I think it's gonna go exactly the way that I wanted it to, you know? Stream is hard and it often kind of sucks and it usually doesn't pay very well. That's true. Big hugs for your pickle. I would love a hug off you right now, Sterling, honestly. I want to go back to Pride. I want to go back to Pride. Felt really good at Pride. Felt really queer and good. I've got so much has happened. It's been like a month, chat. It's been like a month. First Pride I've been to in a long time where I wasn't actually, like, you know, working, and that was great. So I really enjoyed that. Saw Sterling there and Sterling's partner and some of our friends. My partner was there and some of her friends as well. You haven't streamed in over a year? Oh, right. Well, you got a new follower anyway, Birdie. There you go. Queen Pib! Please, everybody, go and follow Queen Patricia Inga Bogart. She's amazing. You're not getting rid of us that easily? Hell yeah. Good to hear. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Please do not follow my Twitch. Go look at my comic instead. There you go. Go look at Birdie's comic instead. Well, we're certainly in a tight spot right now, trying to save on gas money with less eating. Not going to get into my family stuff, but seeing the shit going on in Britain in headlines and memes are looking so much more dire. Holy shit. Yeah, and it makes me sick. Like, all the royalist stuff that I've seen over the last few weeks, it makes me sick. It makes me so fucking sick. People are getting arrested for saying fuck the king. Like, what kind of that's not a democracy. That's not free speech. You know? Oh, sorry, Birdie. Yeah, here you are. You gotta ask for a thing right there. There you go. There you go. Go follow Birdie's comic. I've posted it there in the chat. It's real rough at the moment. Even if you're doing what you love, I rent a room from my mom and we share most of the bills. We're still barely making the municipal tax and stuff. Everything's gone up in price 50% or more a couple of years too. Open price gouging. Yeah, it fucking sucks. I'm doing a Berserk video, Lost Futures, yeah. If you want more updates on that, become a patron. The last day had all the feels too. Yeah, going to the vigil as well. That was really nice. At Pride, yeah. I cried at Pride. I cried at the vigil at Pride. There's another thing that I'll cry at. Talking about things that made me cry earlier. So there you go. Yeah, sending love and solidarity to everybody, yeah. Dan the Man Klein says, fellow bi man here came from the Zan video, and while I didn't love it, I came to give you a second chance because I see that you have so much potential. All right. Well, I couldn't ask for more than that, to be honest. That's pretty good. You know. Welcome in. Hope you're doing all right. RMT cancelling strikes because a 96-year-old woman died of natural causes. Yeah, extremely, extremely upsetting. Extremely upsetting. You couldn't get in the vigil because you were late and they wouldn't let you in. Did they even let... They must have let you stand outside. There were loads of people standing outside. You could kind of see a bit of it from outside. Yeah, we literally don't have free speech. Literally don't have free speech in this country. At all. Tory rule does what Tory rule does. It does, yeah. Turns out her death was one of their demands. Yeah, we're not going to strike now because the Queen's dead. That's something we wanted. Brilliant. You know, I'm genuinely right. Here's the thing, right? During Lizzie's reign, there was a Republican sentiment in the UK, right? You know what I mean? So people were talking about wanting to not have a monarchy and stuff like that, and it was very, very like, you know, there was a discussion going on, and it you know, it's continued, obviously. But I think that now with King Charles, I just don't think anyone's gonna be able to resist it as much as they did with Lizzie, because I just think that Queen Elizabeth, right? R.I.P. I think that she represented something that isn't necessarily the state in Britain. And I know this is going to sound weird and everybody's going to be like, what the fuck's happened to Muel? He's an anarchist. Listen, you know I don't believe in the monarchy. It's nothing to do with that. I think that, like, even some people who are going to, like, see Lizzie in the box, right? I don't even think that they're royalists. I know that sounds weird to say, but I don't think they understand, like, the monarchy. I think they just liked Queen Liz. Do you know what I mean? I think they just liked the Queen as a person, even though they didn't know her. Right, exactly. Fake image of a nice old lady. Betty White status. That's what yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's exactly what's happened. And nobody in that, yeah, exactly, Birdie. Nobody in this country who is, you know, I don't know the right way to say it, but just anybody, generally speaking, is excited for, like, King Charles to be king. No one's excited about it. No one's buzzing about it. Do you know what I mean? She was like a Funko Pop kind of mascot. Yeah, absolutely. Didn't the Queen of England secretly veto legislation she didn't like? The Crown has a lot of power in this country. That's what people are being reminded of now when we're seeing people getting arrested. You know? For basically just saying, fuck the king. Sometimes not even for having fuck the king. Just for having a blank, what do you call it? A blank placard. Madness. She was a terrible human under a guise of not being terrible. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Protected her rights to an all-white staff. Yes! Yes, that's right. Extremely racist. Yeah. We've seen him be a moron in much of our lifetimes, and we're more fond for who Diana was than who he is or will ever be. Just straight facts. Like, you genuinely can't sit here and say that King Charles or Prince Charles, when he was prince, did anything of note, anything noteworthy. Not just fuck the king, just like who elected him. Yeah, who elected him? Less visibly racist than Charles shaking hands. Yeah, did you see that? I wonder if we can find that video. Let's have a little look. Oh, is there no video? There is a video. There is a video. I found it. I found it. I found it. Oh. Vod! Vod, thank you so much for the 50 quid. Holy fucking shit. Thank you so much. Oh my God. It's a big money day. It's a huge big money day. Thank you so much for the £50 dono, Vod. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, thank you. And honestly, really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. Get myself a snack. Birdie, there will be no snacks this month. There will be gruel, 50p noodles. That's what I'm going to be living on for the next month. That money is going straight into making sure that I don't get into debt with energy companies. Oh, gosh. Queen Pib!
Pog, I hear code Veronica save room music.
Trish! Thank you so much for the 50! Holy fucking shit, we're almost at the £300 goal. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Genuinely buzzing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the support. I can't tell you how much that means to me. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for supporting me so much. Jesus Christ. Buzzing. Hope it helps you keep stuff together. It certainly will. It certainly fucking will. Honestly. And yeah, this could be Code Veronica music, but I actually don't know. You were going to do it offline tomorrow, but today works. Trish, you're such a gem, honestly. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, thank you. And Odnon's here as well. Gang, show some love to Odnon, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. That's how much people love you and how much we missed you. I missed all of you so much, to be honest. I really did. I really did. And I was so gutted when I got back from holiday. And I was just sick. I was just sick, and I've got no idea why. It wasn't COVID or anything like that. Ridiculous. You missed having the good doctor on your screen a bit. Right, listen. Let's watch this video. Why not? Let's watch this video. This is honestly, it's just crazy that this is one of the first things that he's done. I just genuinely like.
Sonic will never again be a pain in my egg.
Dan, the man Klein. Sonic is dead. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. Appreciate that. Right, listen. Content warning for racism. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. Boom, right there. Right, let's check this out. Genuinely couldn't believe this. Like, look at this. Like, I don't know what happened with this guy here. This guy's looking like South Asian or something. I don't know if he got his hand shook or anything like that. But we got a big, long list of, like, white people. And there's a black guy here. I want you to keep your eye on the black guy with the orange jacket. Just check it out. Just check out what happens. So fucked. Yeah, nice little chat. Nice little chat. Shake hands with someone in the back. Nope. See you later, pal. No. And then he just pushes his hand away. Genuinely just pushes his hand away. Check that out. You can see that. You can see that happen right there. Like, he reaches out to shake his hand and he's like, no. Nuh-uh. That's the guy in charge. That's the big head guy in charge of our country, everybody. Apparently he did it again with the next black guy? No. Did he? I mean, what can you expect, right? What can you fucking expect? You've got like Prince Harry, yeah? Who, by the way, is not like an excused man. Like, Prince Harry, you will have seen the tweet that I retweeted from Low-Key the other day. I know that a lot of people did because I've seen how many people like the tweet, right? Prince Harry has called people the P words. He's called people ragheads. Honestly, like, and said that when he was like blowing up Afghani children, it was great fun. You know, just an extremely fucked up guy. People have the capacity to change, and that's great and stuff. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Fabio, we can't have jokes like that in the chat. Sorry. Like, no jokes about that, because that's gonna get me banned. It's gonna get me banned if people say shit like that in my chat. So please don't do that, even if you're joking. So anyway. But anyway, regardless, Prince Harry's stuff in the past, he is like absolutely turned around and gone, oh shit, well, you know, the people in my family are super racist, so I'm going to actually step away from the royal family. What do you call it when you like relinquish my heirdom and step away from my partner, right? Which is pretty cool that he did that. And what, you know, so this guy is obviously alluding to people in the royal family being racist. Abdicate? No, that's when like a king or a queen steps down, innit? I do remember when Harry wore a certain uniform. I do remember when he wore the Nazi uniform. Yes. I don't know. I don't know if there's a special word for when a prince goes away and says, I don't want to be part of the royal family anymore. I don't think it's abdicate, because abdicate is when... That's like what King Edward did. King George died, and then King Edward was the king, and then he abdicated. So I don't know what the official term is. Guitar guy Nick, hello. Welcome in. How are you doing? And then again, what you've got to remember, chat, is that there have been so many images floating about of the royal family going to Commonwealth colonized countries and just being like carried by, you know, by the people there. The black people, the Southeast Asian people, like the African people, you know, the Caribbean people, like carried on thrones and shit. Like, how can you expect a certain person to develop an understanding of colonized people and people of color in general when that's how they are treated by them? And that's how they treat them. It's both, right? It's you know, of course this is how it's gonna go, right? Edward abdicated them and was super horny for fascism. He was super horny for fascism anyway. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Are we going to talk about the number that the royal family have said? Watch the funeral, 5.1 billion, my ass. Oh, yeah, I don't believe that. Don't believe that for a second. There was a big fuss in Germany when Harry wore that costume. Oh, yeah, I believe it. I fucking believe it, honestly. Yeah, madness. It's just fucking madness. Well, you know what? Let's go for... I was going to watch the headlines first, but fuck it. Let's go for this video straight away. We're going to check out some of the very, very normal guys who were...
It's really surreal.
Queuing to see the Lizzie in a box. So here's a link to Novara Media's video. This video is called "These Are the Mourners Who Queued for Hours to See the Queen's Coffin." What title am I gonna do for this fucking bit of the stream? I don't fucking know. Monarchy criticism. Critique stream. Is that allowed? Am I gonna get arrested? Am I gonna get people coming to the door? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. What's legal? What's not? Anyway. So weird. QAnon! That's pretty good. I like that. Sitting in the dark here, not turning on the light to save money. Gonna put off turning on the heating as long as goddamn possible. Unplugging small appliances when I go to bed. Turning them back on when I get back the next day. Probably take the hit, but I'm just worried in general. And that's assuming the company doesn't want to save on money and sacks a few people. Vod, I feel that so hard. Seriously, I feel that so fucking hard. Like, I'm literally doing all of those things. And there's a reason that I only stream for 4 hours, because these big lights, even though they're energy saver bulbs, you know, not ideal. Not ideal. I'm going to get tackled by beef eaters halfway through the stream, probably. Yeah. Goblin man emerges from forest to join queue. Did I say headline? I meant title. But that is the headline. Big headline. Right, okay, let's check this out. Let's watch this video. This is going to be absurd. This is going to be mental. I've seen a bit of this, and these people say some really upsetting things.
Very emotional. Yeah, very overwhelming, but absolutely beautiful. It was like stepping into a beautiful painting.
What does that mean? What does that actually mean? You got some of those small wall plugs that tell you how much power is getting drawn? I could do with some of them, to be honest. It is surf mentality, by the way. It is.
Thousands of people have been
Don't know who said that. Hell to pay, yeah.
To file past the coffin and pay their respects.
Fantastic lady, best queen ever, queen of the world, right?
Yeah.
She was like...
I love that one. That one's one of my favourite ones.
Fantastic lady, best queen ever.
Best queen ever. She's the only one you've known, pal. Queen of the world. I mean, technically, we colonized most of it.
Queen of the world, right?
Yeah.
She was like a grandmother to the nation.
Right, now, this is what I'm talking about, right? This is what I'm talking about. Most people think of Queen Lizzie like that. They think of her as like grandma to the nation. Grandma England. Grandma Britain, right? You know. And I imagine people just think that because that's how people deal with the grotesque idea of a monarchy. Because everybody deep down knows that they don't belong there. Everybody deep down knows that, right? I don't care how much of a royalist you are. Deep down, you know that they do not deserve to be there. There's no logic to it. What, like God said that this person is the most powerful person in the nation? You know, made up lines drawn on a map. Within those lines, God said that one there is the right one, right? You know? My grandma hoarded all that wealth and whatnot. I would also not mourn her, right? The Queen was also like my grandma, racist. Right. Queen Sims are like, it's like my own mum died, innit? Every time. Yeah, like, well, how much of a fucking terrible person was your mum? Did your mum never speak to you or acknowledge your existence ever as well? Because I don't think Lizzie ever did that for any of these people.
And everything, hence we're all here today.
So it looks like you may have served...
I've seen this one. Get ready. Get ready, chat. Get ready for this one. This one's fucking brilliant. And this is a pre-watch. I pre-watched this one bit. God, this is fucking so good, this bit. Hey, Caveman, what's going on? Could I get Chloe? Could I get a cave shout out for Caveman, please? Right, you ready for this one? Gang, look, seriously, right? Let's just get right. Let's get right back. Let's get right back to this bit. Right back to the end of it. Right, here we go.
So
right, you ready? You ready?
it looks like you may have served in the armed forces from
No,
your medals.
I haven't actually. This is my father's medals.
Okay.
What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? My man went into his fucking dad's remembrance box or whatever and got all of his dad's medals out from his dad killing Nazis on the continent when he was a kid, when he was a baby, probably not even born. Just a twinkle in his dad's eye as he was storming the fucking Wehrmacht headquarters, you know? And he fucking pinned him on this horrible suit. Like, you know, medals aren't supposed to... Look, right, you know, I disagree with the idea of medals and stuff like that, but whatever, you know, it was the war and that... But, like, you know, medals They don't go on a suit like that. They're not supposed to go on a suit like that. There's like special suits that they're supposed to go on. Do you know what I mean? Like, look how fucked up it looks. It's not right. It's not done right. You know? So he's not even got them on right. He's not even displaying them correctly. I genuinely can't believe this guy. It's so funny. And then what he says next is amazing.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
And so, did he have a particular love of the Queen?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
How do you know? Did you ever ask him?
And have you inherited that from him?
Well, I'm representing him in a way because he's not here, so...
He doesn't even care. He doesn't even care about the Queen. He just thinks his dad would have liked the Queen. And was like, I'm going to go out and wear my dad's medals. I can't believe this. I genuinely can't believe this. You know, there's a lot to be said about people on the internet who spend too much time on the internet. You know, like us, right? And we're all weirdos. And we do weird things. You know? And we say weird things. And weird things... you know, we have weird lives, right? But this man, this man needs the internet. This man needs the internet to be less strange. Like, to be, like, I have no, like, what's happened? I'm so confused.
Just thought it'd be a nice gesture.
Yeah, and I mean...
I just thought it'd be a nice gesture. What?
Are you particularly a monarchist, or, you know, do you have particularly strong feelings about the Queen's passing and the accession of
I don't know if
Charles?
I'd use the word monarchist. I just think she was a great person. And
Now, of all things, right, that we've got to say about this fella, this chap, this guy, right, okay, he still has the same opinion of the Queen that I was talking about, in that he's just like, oh, she was just a nice lady. She was a great person. She wasn't a great person. You know, everybody doesn't understand that is the image of the Queen that the press is supposed to deliver, because we don't live in a democracy, right? And I think it's going to be really hard for Charles to uphold that.
And did a great service. So I'm here like a lot of people, just paid my respects.
You're wearing a kilt. Have you come from Scotland?
Oh, just... You know, Novara media, they do a really good job of, like, hiding their bias sometimes. But they picked the right people for this interview. So, what we've got here is we've got a kilt, traditional Scottish kilt. I don't know if it's a traditional Scottish kilt. I don't know. I'm not an expert in kilts. Never worn one. I don't understand what they're about. I think it's cool that men can wear kilts. I think that's good. I think that attacks the gender binary. But that's the extent of my opinion on kilts, right? But I do know that having a Union Jack bag next to a kilt, that juxtaposition there is just so... You know? The majority of Scotland don't want to be part of the Union. They don't. And they don't like the Queen. They don't like the royal family at all. A lot of them do. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them do. But the majority, no.
I haven't come from Scotland, but I am Scottish. I'm wearing the kilt really from my grandfather. He was a Monroe, so it's a Monroe tartan. He was in the...
This guy was born in Scotland. That's what this is. This man was born in Scotland and then was brought up in, like, I don't know, Chatham or something.
First World War. He was the first person that would stand up any time when I was a kid, when there was the national anthem for the Queen.
If you didn't stand up, he'd tap you on the head and do that, and you'd all stand up. Okay. But I think everybody's here for their parents and their grandparents and that generation that have done so much. I mean, look at all these people. This is our little group. We've got a WhatsApp group, the Queen's Queue.
So bizarre, genuinely. Hey Raven, what's going on?
It's crazy to me. In America, we have
someone complained that black people can't wear kilts. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Queues for like Black Friday.
You can wear whatever you like as long as it's not a swastika.
Friday, stuff like that. People do like, I don't know, 6 hours like for that. But it's crazy to see the amount of people lining up for stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
There's
to
not
me.
even a cheap telly at the end of it.
bits, right?
Hang on, let me turn my hat off.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We got another one.
Hang on, let me turn my
Right, listen, let me tell you, this guy's, I don't know, is that a beret? No, I think it's just a beanie hat. Listen, chat. You remember the whole shit about, like, statue defenders? Do you remember that? During Black Lives Matter, and in the UK, there were a couple of fash who were like, we're going to be statue defenders. Statue defenders. Right. Well, one of my friends, I don't speak to him much anymore, unfortunately, but he served in Northern Ireland and Bosnia in the military, and he's not proud of it. Right. But he knows a Walter Mitty when he sees one. Right? If you don't know what a Walter Mitty is like the story of a guy who basically like pretended he was in the armed forces, he pretended he was a spy because he had a very boring life and he didn't literally get like, you know what I mean? He didn't get any like, you know, he had a shit life. He had a boring shit life, so he pretended to be an ex-serviceman and had this rich, colourful past, right? And a bunch of people were doing that during the time of these like statue defender things, right? There were so many people. Well, I say so many people. There were about 10 people who were hanging out at the War Memorial. By the way, anti-racist activists don't give a shit about war memorials in the UK. We don't have any Confederate war memorials with Confederate generals on them. We're not bothered about the world. You know, the war where we fought the Nazis. We're not bothered about them. No one cares. But they were just surrounded the war memorial in town. And I walked past it multiple times because I just thought it was funny to look at them. And there were so many guys just wearing like berets and then like a suit because they think that that's what military veterans would wear. But my mate, an actual military veteran, just wearing like jeans and a t-shirt most of the time, right? Went up to one of them and was like, which unit are you in? And he was like, come on, what, you know, what branch are you in? RAF, Navy, Infantry, Marines, what are you in? And the guy was like, and just made up a bunch of stuff. And the guy was like, you're lying. You're lying. And then they all tried to fight him because that's what happens when you point out to a fascist that they're talking shit. A bunch of their little mates come along and they say, oh, you're a piece of shit and you're lying, actually. You've never been in the army. It's brilliant. Love that shit. All right, Fabio, see you later. Jojo, what is going on? Thank you so much for stopping by. Can I please get a shout out for Jojo Nora, Chloe? That would be lovely. But anyway, the point of that story was that this guy looks like one of them. That was the point of this story.
Yes, been here since 6:20 this morning.
Gosh.
It has been a long time. It was a cold day.
Hey, Pat Potato.
It looks like from your medals you may have had quite some allegiance to the Queen.
Yes, she was my boss. I served in the RAF for 22 years.
How did you feel about the Queen during her life? Did you feel particularly close to her? Like, you know, some people felt like they knew her.
Well, I'm 66, so all I've ever known is the Queen. I was broken-hearted. She might be 96, but it still comes as a shock. And I'll be crying my eyes out when I get to the coffin.
How do you feel about Charles as the king?
I've come from Cardiff.
Sonic will never again be a pain in my egg!
Thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate that. Yeah, he doesn't look 66, does he? He really isn't looking 66. Well, he's looking good for 66 if he's 66. He's been using a lot of SPF. You know? He is Welsh as well, yeah.
Cardiff. And where is he? Cardiff.
There he is, Cardiff. And here's the guy telling him that we're struggling to heat our homes while we're paying 8 million for his parade or whatever the fuck it is for the funeral.
To heat our homes, we have to pay for your parade. Thank you for coming.
Look at that. Look at that response. Oh. Oh.
Do you feel like a bit of a mug? You should be
Speaking Welsh to him. Nid me frinin. Love that shit. Let's fucking go.
Cardiff seeing the new king.
bit of both.
What do you make of the fact that people are queuing for like 4?
So he's not asked about the king either. You know? One good thing about funeral, trains were mega quiet. Coming back from see the other half. Yeah, it was a vocal eye roll, it was. Yeah. Oh, do you have to remind me of how much I'm stealing from you every day? Right, exactly, yeah. It's
14 hours to see the Queen.
Personally, I think it's crazy.
What do you think about the expense that's going to happen when, you know, for the coronation, which will be, I think, early next year at the time of a kind of cost of living crisis? It's going to be like millions of pounds you're going to pay, I'm going to pay. How do you feel about it?
Well, as taxpayers, like having to kind of cover the cost of something that really a lot of us don't think should be a thing anyway, I feel like society's moved past traditions in a lot of ways, and we...
Hey, Famous Horse, what's going on? Gang, please go and show some love to Famous Horse. I've only recently discovered Famous Horse's streams. What's your pronouns, by the way? I don't think I... Hold up. That's right, I am DJ Queen Hater. Absolutely. But I've been very much enjoying Famous Horse's streams over the last few weeks. Really enjoying it. Emmy!
The AMAB in my bio is nothing to do with my assigned gender and actually stands for all monarchists are bastards.
That's right. Emmy, thank you so much for the tenner. I really appreciate that. Thank you for subbing off Twitch. Thank you. We're at 250 quid. We're at 250 quid right now, gang. Another 50 quid. And I will be up in the donation goal. But we will have hit the goal, and that will have meant that my paranoia and upsetness is less about whether I can survive this month. So, you know, let's fucking go. Appreciate that. The Queen Jata Muel. That's exactly right, Chloe. That's exactly how you say my name.
Shouldn't necessarily still be.
Thank you for the dono. Appreciate that.
What do you think about the Queen as the former head of empire and, you know, head of the Commonwealth, now Charles? You know, these kind of former colonies that still kind of have the Queen as their head of state because of a legacy of, well, racial domination.
A bit weird that she's asking the one black guy that they interviewed that. I don't know. Feels a bit weird. But okay. It's a valid question for anyone, but, you know.
See, I think when you're asking someone who is part of one of those ethnic minorities, and I think that at the same time that she may have done a lot of good things, you can't escape that past. And in many ways,
anti-Sith people would say existing is bad. Yeah, I imagine they would.
A lot of stuff that's happened in the past, but to show this level of support for something that represents that, as well as, you know, countless good things that I'm sure people who support it would throw at me, you know, I think it's too big of a smudge to, like, just ignore.
Uh-huh. Good answer. I think that guy is a representation of most young people in the UK. When I say young, I mean like under 40, you know? Oh my goodness. What's happening? Oh, it's because there's a swear in it. I fucking hate that she won't read swears. I gotta fucking... Okay, whatever. I gotta sort that out. Orrery, thank you so much for the 3 months of Prime. Oh shit, it's Muel, lad. It is me, lad. That's right, Orrery. Thank you so much for the 3 months of Prime Gaming. How are you doing? Eggdog was right over Lizzie's face there, yeah. Coward bot. I know.
How did you feel when you got the news last Thursday?
My wife actually cried her eyes out for about half a day.
Half a day?
In the meantime, thanks, Ant. Thanks.
Oh, Raven, well, it won't even read that out because it has to be like over 200 bits, I'm afraid. I'm sorry about that. But I'll say it for you, swears. I just can't, like you know, like this country gaslights you a lot of the time into thinking that you are the crazy one. Because it's like so many people have said shit like that. And it's like, well, listen, I am crazy anyway. But you know what I mean in terms of like the Queen. But I'm sat here and I'm like, why would you cry your eyes out? Like, crying your eyes out implies like absolutely distraught. Like, you know, inconsolable. For half a day. For half a day. She doesn't even know you exist. And you know, when people say things like that, and I'm like, is that real? Did that really happen? Or are you just making it up to sound like you care the most? It's absurd. It's frightening. Right. Some people don't even cry their eyes out when their grandparents die, when their relatives die. Yeah, if that's the biggest thing you're bawling about, it just doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem real at all. Yeah, a 96-year-old woman who died from natural causes, who you've never met, who's never done anything for you, in fact, has done things against you and hoards a bunch of wealth, is one of the biggest landlords in the fucking world. I mean, a lot of people don't know those last few things, but still, it's like, you know? Also, hey, Skidadair, what's going on? Can I get a shout out for Skidadair as well, please, Chloe? You can imagine it like I've known people who cried nearly all day when a celebrity died. Now, it depends what celebrity in it, I think. And the Queen is technically a celebrity. But, like, the Queen's never made a tune unless I don't know about it. And if anyone does know about any music that the Queen has made, I'd love to hear it. I think that would be very funny to listen to. But like she's never made any art.
Thanks, Ants. Thanks.
Teratofu, your last bits are both Lizzie's age and the inverted sex number. That's right. Yeah, some celebrities like stand for shit. You know, they have like morals and shit like that. You know what I mean? She inspired some great stuff. She did, yeah. Right, yeah, right, okay. So, for example, Kurt Cobain, right? Kurt Cobain, his life was very public, unfortunately, and that's one of the reasons he killed himself, right? Oh.
Massive hugs for Yar Pickle.
Sterling, thank you so much for the £20 dono. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for subbing off Twitch. Thank you to everybody who subbed off Twitch today. You know how much it means to me when you sub off Twitch. Twitch is a terrible platform. They make excuses for white supremacists on their platform. Hate raids. Still not enough being done to make marginalized people feel comfortable to stream on this platform. So subbing off Twitch means that we're not giving them as much money as we normally would be doing. I still appreciate subs. I still appreciate bits. But I would prefer, if you do have any money to spare, to do it via the sub off Twitch command in chat. So appreciate that. Thank you so much, Sterling. Really appreciate that. Yeah, she did a C Kyle. That's technically a dance, right? Yeah. I guess I stand corrected. But yeah, like, okay, so yeah, again, like Emmy saying I cried at Chester from Linkin Park dying, right? Because Chester's life and depression, like Kurt Cobain, was very like public, right? A lot of people knew about it, and a lot of people could like relate to their music. A lot of their music spoke about how they were, you know, depressed and they didn't fit in and stuff like that, you know? All this kind of stuff. And a lot of people can relate to that. You can't relate to the Queen. You can't relate to it unless you're an intensely privileged person. Like a ridiculously privileged person, right? My uncle's a huge Celtic fan. He was raging over their chants. Yeah, funny as fuck, honestly. Michael Brooks, I cried. Do you know why I cried about Michael Brooks? Because I saw Sam Sader crying. And you could see in Sam Sader's eyes how much he meant to him. Do you know what I mean? And Sam Sader was a lovely bloke. Yeah, Michael Brooks was a lovely bloke. Great guy. Very smart, very, you know, kind. Just a real inspiration, right? You know, yeah. For me, that was Peter Steele, David Bowie, and Peter Murphy. Yeah, strangely, I never cried over David Bowie. David Bowie. Empirical!
Since I quit the day job, I don't have as much time for Twitch. Funny that. Hope you're well. The Queen can get stuffed.
She said it! Yes! Thank you so much, DJ. Thank you so much for the tenor. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alad Ping, welcome in. The chants were great. Yeah. Good shit. Daniel Johnston was the one that got me crying a whole lot. I don't know who that is. But I can understand people crying at celebrities, right? Like, okay, if Paris Hilton... I don't know if Paris Hilton has ever said anything inspirational or nice or whatever or anything. or anything like that. But, you know, Paris Hilton is like the kind of celebrity that I imagine if she died and people cried about it, I would be very like, what has happened in your life to make you cry over this person, right? Do you know what I mean? She had a few tears over Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher's understandable. She spoke a bit of truth to power, I believe, and she did a lot of coke. You never even watched Michael Brooks? Remember crying when that news dropped during Kira's stream? Yeah, damn, that fucking sucks. Cried at Pride, that got me big time. Yeah, well, listen, we're getting into different things that people are crying about now, and that doesn't really matter. What matters is that if you're crying over someone that you can't relate to and isn't in any way, shape, or form related to you or anything like that, that's just really upsetting. It's just really bizarre. Yeah, they just do not care about you. Hey, Husker, what's going on? It is the Donald Muel. That's right. That's correct. Used to say it was Bill Cosby. Now all my memories involved with the serial abuser are tainted. Yeah, that shit sucks. Honestly, I liked quite a bit of Bill Cosby's stand-up. And yeah, damn, that fucking sucked when I found that shit out. That was real dry. And also, what else? Like Marilyn Manson. I used to love Marilyn Manson's songs. Marilyn Manson has got like a lot of songs that I really, really, really liked. And then just finding out that like what he said about queer people, it's like, okay, great. Thanks, dude. Thanks, Brian. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, fuck that guy. Exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
I actually did have quite a few tears in my eyes and everything. I think it's really sad. I think we've lost something in the UK. To be honest, I think the Commonwealth and the world has actually...
Dude, you can't speak for the Commonwealth.
Lost something. What's really important?
What did Manson say about queer people? So, a trans person, I think it was a trans femme person, went into... I think they were going to do his makeup or something. I can't remember. And he literally got a gun out, pointed it at this trans person's head and said, "I don't like F words." I can't excuse that. You just can't excuse that. That's fucking unhinged. Absolutely fucked. And also apparently him and Jonathan Davis from Korn used to talk about like making Salo. You know the film Sallow, which is like about like kids being abused and stuff like that, etc., etc., etc. He said, "Oh, we want to make Sallow, but without all the queer shit." Yeah, he's an abuser and a predator as well. Yeah, I don't know much about that stuff, but I've heard of the allegations, and yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. The kind of stuff that I've heard about him, you know. Yeah, fuck that guy, honestly. He also likes Nazi memorabilia. Yeah, that was like a huge weird thing. Like, I remember I was getting into Marilyn Manson, and then like at the time I was getting into him when I was like, I don't know, it might have been like 13, 14 or something. He comes out with the golden age of grotesque, and there's all this Nazi imagery. And I knew what that Nazi imagery was at that age, you know. Luckily. Yeah, horrific. The 120 Days of Sodom. Yeah. The film is called like Salo / The 120 Days of Sodom. Yeah. And it's just kind of like a Serbian film kind of film. You know, the kind of film where it's just like, oh, we're going to make this to be really bad and horrific, and people are going to leave the cinema and stuff like that because it's so bad. It's just really fucked. But yeah.
I felt as though my anchor had come away, and I felt a bit adrift and a bit sort of.
Hey, Ick and Trunks, by the way, how you doing?
Lost our figurehead, really. And you know, we're all compass.
So what a lot of these people are talking about, right? What a lot of these people, how they're kind of framing this, is they're kind of like saying, oh, she was a figurehead. And we're in a really hard time in the country at the minute, and she was the only thing that we were holding on to. I feel like the liberals in this country that like love the Queen, like these kind of people, I imagine these kind of people are like liberals, like neolibs, stuff like that. And I think that like they were probably like pro-Brexit or like maybe even, you know, anti-Brexit or whatever. But I think even like a lot of liberals voted for Brexit because they just didn't really understand what they were voting for. And then they realized they'd been duped, right? And then when they realized they've been duped, it's like, oh, okay, so we only have one thing that we actually used to believe in this country left to hold on to, and that's the Queen. And I think that's what like a lot of people are sort of, definitely a lot of the people who are queuing in this. By the way, chat, do you know how long this queue takes? Do you know how long this queue takes to like get through? It's like 20 hours. It's absurd. It's nonsense. It's the most normal island thing that you could ever think of. All right, Echo Baz, it's good to see you in the chat. Anyway, it's good to see you. Take it easy. Yeah, Trent Reznor is better. Well, you can tell that Trent Reznor is better because around the time that Marilyn Manson was doing all this abuse shit with like Jonathan Davis from Korn and stuff like that, Trent Reznor like distanced himself from him like a lot, like, and even made it very public that he was like, I don't vibe with that guy, you know, which is why I'm such a big coincidence. I'm wearing the 9 Inch Nails tee today, you know. It's not a coincidence. I wear it all the fucking time. I would literally die for that man. Anyway.
Yes, Compass, and we're all slightly not quite sure which way we're going now.
Hello.
Kind of weird day today, huh?
Yeah. It's mental, yeah.
What do you make of the fact that some people are queuing for 14 hours to see the Queen's coffin?
I personally wouldn't do that. I think that's a bit...
This guy! Thank this queue, how hopeful are you that we're ever going to be able to unseat our monarchy and to have a kind of elected head of state?
Not for a very long time. I reckon, you know, unless, what's-his-face, George, the little one, decides to do something about it, I reckon we're going to have monarchy for a very long time.
Yeah. I mean, you might have heard that
this guy's fully doom-pilled.
Been arrested, actually, for trying to protest some of the goings-on. What do you make of all that?
I think it's crazy that, you know, Prince Andrew's not in prison.
The man circled here is heckling Prince Andrew during the procession of the Queen's coffin through Edinburgh.
Like, why should that guy be fucking attacked? Is this what happened to him? Oh my god.
On the pavement,
the guy just like fucking flattened him. I didn't know that happened.
Behind the crowd, police try to calm the situation as tempers among the public are raised.
Disgusting! Wait, I've done nothing wrong.
But I mean, Andrew's actually reportedly is going to play a bigger role in the monarchy now. Charles has invited his brother to, you know, rejoin where the Queen had obviously pushed him away. Do you feel like that's appropriate given...
Calm the situation, aka put him in the back of a van.
You know, he was obviously accused of sexually assaulting a child.
He was.
Yeah.
Personally, I think if he tries to bring Prince Andrew back in, he's blotted his copybook, and the public don't forget that easily.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no.
See, like, now these are boomers saying this, right? These are boomers. You know what I mean? Like, if boomers are saying that about Prince Charles and Prince Andrew, you know, like, it's a good sign, to be honest. At least they know the very low bar, right? The very fucking low bar of, like, pedos are bad, right? So, you know.
I think that's
hey, Hero Toxico, by the way. How you doing?
For it. I think he is going to, because there've been...
Blotted his copybook is a very, 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 very posh British phrase. And it basically means make a mistake. Because you're not supposed to blot your ink on your copybook. You're supposed to blot your ink on your blotting paper. It's a very old saying from school where you used to have fountain pens. And what you would do is if the ink was like running too much on your paper, you would get some blotting paper and blot it for a little bit, like press the fountain pen up against it and get rid of the excess ink. So that's what that means. Do nothing about the guy punching random people. Arrest the dude peacefully protesting a child molester. Yeah, very cool, normal nation. Yeah, yeah. No, I think like it's instead of like Turf Island, we should be called Pedo Island as well. It's fucking ridiculous, honestly. Even my grandmother said the Queen made a mistake with Andrew. What, made a mistake? Oh, what, with like giving him money and shit? Yeah. What did Charles appoint him to? He's not appointing him to anything. He's just wanted him closer to the royal family now.
reports of that, and you know, the Queen's even bequeathed him some of her corgis, I hear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
I thought that was just to keep him busy.
Quite, yeah.
Why is trying? What is this guy joking about? Keep him busy? What's he trying to say? He's trying to say he's fingering dogs? Is that what that guy just joked about? What does that mean? Is that what he's saying? I can't tell. I don't know what's right or wrong anymore.
Exactly. The devil makes work for idle hands, as they say.
He's fucking well happy with that. What the fuck?
Do you have particular feelings about Prince Andrew's kind of inclusion or exclusion?
Charles met Diana when she was 16 and he was like 29. Where did I read this? Where did I read this? It's worse than that. I think she was 15 when Charles met Diana. How old was Diana when Charles met her? 16. Oh no, yeah, that's right. You are right. She was 16, yeah. Hey, Mark Salmons. He was dating a sister at the time? Wait, was he? Oh, I hate that. Oh, everything about that is so fucked. Still weird as fuck. Yeah, listen, like, I don't care what the age of consent is. If you're dating someone who's 16 and you're nowhere near that age, that's a fucking yikes. You know? Huge, extreme yikes. Pedo behavior, to be honest. I think he's 25. I think he was 27 or 25. I don't know. He said something like, "You're super hot for a 16-year-old. Wait till you see how The Crown presents it. I will never watch that show. I will never watch that fucking show. Ever. Also, hello, Middle-earth Marxist. How you doing? Welcome in.
From the royal family?
I think the Queen made a decision, and the royal family should stand by it.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't think actually Prince Andrew should come back. I think he made serious errors over the last few years, more than a few years, 10 years.
Serious errors.
12 years, and I think
that's what we're calling child molestation nowadays. Serious errors.
I think he should be not become again a working royal, and he should take a background seat.
Excuse me, sir. Have you
that's fucked, Raven.
Today?
Hey, Sir Rickon. Yeah, mighty oopsie. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, talking to the feds. What are you saying?
Any Republicans today?
What did she say?
Excuse me, sir. Have you arrested any Republicans today?
I'm not going to make a comment on that at all.
I love this interviewer. That takes balls, man. That takes fucking balls.
Monarchist or Republican, most will consider this a time to reflect on an incredible life of service.
No! The only reflection I'll be doing is how many nations of black and brown people she subjugated and absolutely destroyed, and in fact genocided and signed off on genocide, especially in the Maori people. I believe she signed a decree that said it's absolutely fine to just murder Maoris. You know, I don't know about the specifications of that one. I'm sure Tim, our friend on Red Planet, could tell us more about that. But I'm fairly certain that that's what I heard someone talk about recently. Like, that's the only reflection I'm going to be doing.
But some will want the Queen's passing to signal the end of the institution itself and make themselves heard.
What do you think about the idea that Britain shouldn't have a monarchy anymore, that we should have a kind of...
This guy! This guy! Was it... Okay, for a start, his face says, right? His face says that is the worst thing you could ever say, and I wonder how he's going to justify that.
Democratically elected head of state.
No chance. You gotta have a monarchy. Right. I don't care what people say.
What?
What do you think so necessary about it?
Well, it's history. It's our history.
What do you mean it's history? It's happening now. What do you mean? What does that mean? It's history. It's history, mate. What the fuck are you on about?
World has lost something. Some people obviously would argue that maybe it's gained something in the opportunity to have kind of a democratically elected head of state, for example. But how do you feel about that?
No. I'm happy with the way it is.
Yes. What about people who
Oh my god, look at this guy's fucking jacket. He's got like a police badge on there or some shit. He's another Walter Mitty. He's got fake medals on there. He's got poppies on there. Oh my god. Oh, that's just... If I saw a guy wearing that jacket, I would be like, that's a fucking Nazi right there. Beds clanger. So bad.
I think that we shouldn't have a monarchy at all. You know, there are them.
There are boats that leave this country every day. They can get on them and go if they want.
If you don't like it, there's the door. Literally crying, laughing face emoji politics. Crying, laughing face emoji politics. That's what that is. Don't like it, there's the door. Love Lizzie, hate me wife, love a pint. Don't like it, there's the boats. There's boats leaving this country every day. You know, that's how racist these people are, right, by the way. That's how racist these fuckers are. Because, you know why he says boats, don't you? Because foreigners come on boats, so they can go back home on boats. You know what I mean? He didn't say planes, did he? He didn't say fucking planes. That's how you can tell that guy's a racist. Anyone talking about boats in the year of our Arnold, 2022...
It's taken hundreds of years to build all this.
Yeah.
What are you fucking on about? Hundreds of years to build what? What's that got to do with the Queen? Hey David, what's going on, pal? Welcome in. Yeah, go follow $27, everybody. Yeah, that emote does still work for the Queen. It does. I agree. Yes, the monarchs did all the building. That's right. They got their fucking high visors on, their hard hats. He looks and sounds like a Ron Perlman villain because he is one. He literally is one. Fucking hell. The amount of times I've been told to fuck off back to Poland, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. We're not chucking this away. You think about the men that built...
What, you want about chucking it away? What are you on about chucking it away? Why would you be chucking that away if you decided to not have a monarchy? What do you mean, pal? This fucking guy.
And what they built it for. I was only looking at comparison pictures the other day of King George VI's funeral. And the streets were just full of people. Do you know what I mean? And they've come back out again. No, we're not done with our monarchy yet.
This guy thinks that if the monarchy died, there would be some kind of like Lord of the Rings-esque scenario where the country just crumbles. And, you know, we'll get invaded by orcs. Right? You know? It's just mad. Absolutely mad.
I'm not an enormous royalist, no, but they are a family that represents us, and also we ask a lot of them.
Do you think that Britain can really be called a democracy when we have an unelected head of state, when people, you know, become fabulously wealthy as a result of being born into it?
No, you see, I'm an environmentalist and campaigner, and you can have power or you can have influence. You can't really have both. And I think
this is why nothing is getting done with the climate. This is why climate activism in the UK is so fucking detoothed and absolutely it has zero effect. What the fuck are you talking about? You can have power or influence, you can't have both. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm an environmental activist, and you can either have power or influence, or you just can't have both. You can't have both. You know, I've taught my kids out of school for Extinction Rebellion days, and that means I understand power structures. I've read Kropotkin. You know, what the fuck is that? What is that all about? What does that mean?
I think that the royal family have influence but no power. They can't actually make us do anything we don't want to do. Yeah. And
they can't actually make us do anything we don't want to do. Well, they can. Have you heard of the police? have you heard of, like, you know, the Home Office? You know, they made us close the shops. People get arrested for having blank fucking placards. This person doesn't live in society. Doesn't live in the real world. Different planet. Different planet.
We sort of own them. So there's a bug.
What do you mean you saw it? Oh, I can't. I wasn't ready for this. I've not watched this far. I was watching this on Left Flank Vets stream. Shout out to Left Flank Vets. And Marcus just got so mad he just like turned it off. Like way before this bit. And I've not seen this lady. I've not pre-watched this bit. And I'm just so like I can't handle it. Can't handle it. Excuse me, Mum, there's some residential school survivors that would like to have a word with you. Right. Literally, Lacey Spike back. Surgeries were cancelled. Surgeries were fucking cancelled. Couldn't go to the doctor. Absurd shit.
Between us and the royal family, in that they act in a way that we want them to.
No, they don't. This interviewer has just told you that there is no democracy involved in the monarchy. Like, where are we sending petitions to King Charles? Like, where are we sending him letters? If you sent a letter to King Charles, you'd get, like, MI6 round your gaff. Thinking you're a terrorist. You know?
It's an accident of birth, and I feel sorry for them because they are kept in a golden cage, and they do what we want. They have to behave better than us.
This person is not for real. If this person tried to say any of this to me in real life, I would shit my pants. Like, my pants would just get... I would shit my pants. And then I'd leave my pants there for them to deal with. Literally pedophiles. Literally pedophiles. I genuinely can't handle what this one person is saying. Like, you know, in activist circles, in like the renters union and stuff like that, have to deal with people who don't have exactly the same politics as us, right? So in the renters union, there are liberals, right? There are liberals, there are probably some conservatives, but they're just very quiet about being conservative, right? And being part of the renters union is probably actually like sending him left anyway, right? But if I was in like an environmental activist group and this person started saying that they think that the royals are kept in a gilded cage and it's an accident of birth and it's not their fault and actually they're just small beings, I would implode. I wouldn't be able to handle that. I wouldn't be able to do any activism with that group unless they get rid of this person. Re-education camp. Gulag. Sorry, you've been brainwashed. You need to be unbrainwashed. You need to, like, you know, have, like, that fucking guy from The Simpsons who goes to deprogram Bart when he gets taken to be Mr. Burns' heir. Just have him in the bar going, please, please. Oh, it's not that guy, is it? That's the guy who does the Hans Mole Man instead. But anyway, you know what I mean, innit? That guy's actually effective. So yeah, that guy. That guy. This lady thinks environmental activism is having an electric kettle. Environmental activism is recycling. That's what she means. That's what she means. That's what she means. She's like, I'm an environmental activist in that I turn off the telly when I go to bed. I remember being a little kid and learning why y'all still had a monarch and being confused as to why. Right, yeah. 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 I mean, you're lucky in the States in some respects. In some respects, you're worse off than us. And in some respects, you're better off than us. You don't have a monarch. And if anyone tried to be a monarch, people would kick off. Right? But, like, yeah, you have it worse in a lot of ways. Environmentalism is when dim switch. Yeah, got a dimmer. You know? Yeah, it was getting Sideshow Bob to leave town. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, come on, leave town. Yeah, that guy. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So ridiculous. I'm an environmentalist. I drive a smart car. You know, there's no road tax on it. So technically, I'm saving the world. Even though I'm still using petrol to fucking drive it. Hey, Ginger Matt, what's going on? Welcome in. Things are more than a little confusing growing up figuring out if I had a monarch or not. Right, exactly. Exactly. I take it you're from Northern Ireland then. The royals having it hard is a bit like when major label musicians complain the label is making them make TikToks. I think that's a totally different thing. No monarch, but there is an emperor. MIC, big oil and big pharma. Oh yeah, sure. Capitalism is yeah, absolutely part of its own power structures, right? You know. I'm an environmentalist. I only flush when it's brown.
Are we getting the hell if they don't? And it's just the way it's been, and it keeps us stable. It's not written down. It's not analysed. It's not logical. It's just the way.
You just nodding, just straight up nodders. Like, yep, that's right. You tell him, Cheryl.
Britain is.
What the fuck are you talking about? Losing my mind.
Some people would say this is exactly what England is about, or what Britain's about, you know, the monarchy and blah, blah, blah. So.
But some people would say the opposite, that the monarchy, well, symbolises all the bad things that Britain's
100%,
about.
yeah,
like
yeah,
racism
yes,
and
yes.
imperialism.
Oh, 100%, I didn't want to talk shit.
How do you feel about the Queen dying?
He wanted to, yeah, you know what he wanted to say, don't you, chat? You know what he wanted to say? You can see it in his face. He wanted to say, couldn't give a fuck.
Obviously, it's sad, isn't it? Anyone dying sad. I'm not sure a 4-hour queue. 14-hour queue.
Skaters are more often than not extremely based. More often than not extremely based.
Do you actually get to see her?
No, the coffin's closed. I thought that as well. Actually, it turns out it's closed.
So you could just be waiting 14 hours for a box. Whatever people.
He's right.
Up to them, innit? It's a monumental moment, isn't it? Like.
How about King Charles III?
Yeah, see, see, this is where it gets all techie. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, I don't know. He's old as well, so like, in my lifetime, I'm gonna have like 3 monarchies, isn't it? So, as for the Queen, God rest her soul, and you won't see me lining up.
What a legend. Checking for snipers. He was checking for snipers. He was checking for coppers. That's definitely what he was checking for when he was looking around like that. 100%.
Come on down. I'm a happy person. I like people to be happy around me. What they've gone through to be here, it's not easy. So the worst thing you want to do is come in and barking, show me your wristband, get over there. You don't hear that. You just want a bit of inspiration. You still got an hour and a half to go there.
He's nice.
How do you
what
feel
a nice
about the fact
guy.
some people have queued 14 hours
What
to,
can I do? It's not my organisation, is it?
Yeah.
Although saying that, he's part of a security firm. In fact, if it's one of these security firms that does events like this, he's probably like taking out a bunch of protesters. I'm rescinding my comment.
No, I don't mean the organisation. I mean the passion that people have for the.
This guy like removes Palestinian Action protesters from Elbit factories. You know.
Because a lot of people don't realise what people thought.
He's probably not based.
Person,
He's probably not based.
Not a head of state.
What do you think about the Queen as a person?
She was very nice. She was lovely. I haven't met her personally.
Yeah.
I've never had dinner with her, but I thought she was a good woman. She looked after her family.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, people are just making stuff up about her now. People are just making stuff up about her. Oh, she looked after her family. What do you mean? How do you know? Were you there? Are you in the? Are you removed like a second cousin or something? Like what you want about, bro?
She will help run Britain. What more do I want?
Right, but maybe different to how you feel about her as a head of state.
Head of state. She's a lady. She was a woman.
10-foot vertical leap.
She ran things.
Yeah.
And her claws were made out of cups, and instead of a mouth, she had 4 arses.
She did run a
didn't
lot of
run
things.
her. Yeah? She's the
yeah.
head of my country, Jamaica. She's head of most countries.
Yeah.
What can I say?
How do you feel about the fact that she was the head of state of, 15 countries when she died?
What can I say? You divide and conquer. They conquered. It got divided.
What? That was like the kind of shit that you would hear in like a kitchen at 4 AM when everybody is yacked to fuck, sniffed out of the fucking brains, and they just can't be asked talking about it anymore. Don't make jokes like that, Raven, please. Don't make jokes like that. You know, like, I don't... honestly, you might as well have said, like, it is what it is. She divided, she conquered, divided. Everyone's divided. What? Fucking brilliant. What a fucking phenomenal thought, man. That's all right. No worries. Hey, Kiri, what's going on?
Really powerful in there, and it makes you feel so patriotic. Honestly, she's just incredible.
How are you feeling at this very intense moment? You've just...
What is the feeling of patriotic? What is that? I've never had it before in my life. Like, what emotion is that? Can you put a finger on what emotion it is? What is it? Love? What you love? I just genuinely, like, I cannot fathom. You know, on David's stream, right, last night, he was watching this fucking PhD guy, and he was talking about how, like, yeah, I will hydrate. Thank you, Smutty Baba Yaga. Thank you. You know, there was this guy, and he was talking about the unique things that humans do, right? And this is one of them, right? We have an abstract concept, and that's what it is, an abstract concept, yeah? A country, a nation, a state. That's an abstract concept. You can't look at it. You literally can't look at it. There's nothing that defines it other than, like, a map, which someone has drawn. It might as well be a picture of a dragon, for all intents and purposes, right? And what people have managed to do, what humans have managed to do, is somehow develop empathy for that abstract feeling. It's an imagined thing, a country. It's not real, it doesn't exist. A bit of land exists, yeah. A bit of land, for sure. But it's not real. It genuinely isn't tangible. You know? Cognitive dissonance, you know, an intense feeling the leaders have their shit together. Yeah, well. Feeling of shared nostalgia. Yeah, it's weird, right? I've never felt it. Hey, Aisha, what's going on as well? Yeah, maybe guilt. The Queen's body is still releasing control pheromones. That's why they're having everybody walk past her.
It's been
very, very emotional. It was an emotional experience, and we saw the changing of the guard as well, so it was all very ceremonial, and the Queen laying there with the lovely set, you know, all the jewellery on top, and the sceptre, is it called now?
You don't even know what it is. Honestly, this is so much worse than I thought it would be.
And yes, it was just...
She's actually crying.
An experience.
You know what? Here's the thing, chat, right? This is something that I used to think about a lot. And, you know, when people have, like, you know, they're working class people, right? Like, I don't know, maybe this person isn't working class. But if she is... And a lot of people are. The majority of the people in the country are, right? And I imagine a lot of working class people have gone to see her, right? And I think when you have so little time to think about politics, right? And so little time to understand your place in the world, to gain class consciousness, understand power structures and all that stuff, right? Then it's just really easy to just grab onto an idea, isn't it? Like that. And that's just what these people have done. They've grabbed onto this idea and they've gone, okay, I'm getting told that that's right, so fuck it. I'm just going to think that that's right. It's not their fault. You know what I mean? They're literally being subjugated into thinking that way. And yet it disgusts us, and yet it makes us, you know, feel like, ugh, like why would you ever think like that? But I think this is why, right? You know what I mean? My grandmother once saw the changing of the guard at Lenin's tomb, and her description of how powerful it felt, even though she was super conservative. You see, that's the thing, right? When you, like, have, like, I'm not in agreement with Lenin's tomb. You know? Jen.
The Queen is dead, lol.
She said it! Oh my god, Jen, how are you doing? Welcome in. Gang, please go and show some love to Jenza. She is a phenomenal streamer and a good friend of mine, and I hope you're doing very well. Hope you're enjoying Hollow Cure Save the Fans. Alright, see you later, Rebel Firestorm. Thank you for being here. You know, yeah, like, so I'm not even I don't really, like, you know, I love what Lenin did, and I love things he wrote about, and some of the things he said, but, you know, I'm not a fan of, like, having him have his own personal mausoleum, like, you know, he's entombed and he's, like, mummified and shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure about that. That shit just, like, smells like hierarchies, power structures, you know, all that kind of nonsense. But that's kind of why, because, like, what Master of the Arts said, Master of the Arts' grandmother saw the changing of the guard at Lenin's tomb and felt like a profound thing. You know what I mean? Like a profound fucking feeling. He didn't even want that. He wanted to be buried with his mum, right? Exactly. Lenin doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who would want, like, a golden tomb. I imagine the ghost of Lenin somewhere is haunting the fuck out of someone. Possibly Vladimir Putin. Possibly. You know. You love Lenin. Well, that's basically the same as liking Stalin, you know. So you support the Holodomor. Right, you got me. You got me, Survided. That's right. I'm a filthy tanky. Love me some Marxist reading, but Marx and Lenin, to borrow his FD signifier words, they're fuckboys. Yeah, for sure. Like, you can, like, two things can be true, right?
Had to fill the bar. Welcome back, Dr. Donald Muel.
Goblin, thank you so much for the 20 quid. Honestly, thank you so much. I genuinely can't believe it. 300 quid already tonight. I'm, like, legit so stoked. Thank you so much for supporting me. Honestly, and I've streamed for way longer than I thought I was going to as well. I thought I was going to stream for maybe like an hour and a half. So, you know, I'm going to keep streaming for a bit longer as well, because I just think, you know, I'm back in the swing of it. You know what I mean? I was going to do this stream to get back in the swing of things, and I'm back in the swing of things, you know? So I'm feeling good about it. They thought you activated their trap card with the Holodomor. I don't know what that means. That's like a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. No debate nerds in the chat yet. Yeah, that's right. No, what they'll all be doing is they'll all be watching this and clipping it. And clipping me out of context and putting me on live stream fails. I imagine. Okay, so listen, like, when you have patriotism, right, so Survided says, presumably people like Luna would have patriotism, right, for, like, Vietnam, right? When you are a colonized country resisting colonization, I think that patriotism is more, what's the word? You know. It's more to do with camaraderie than the nation itself, right? It's to do, you have patriotism for the people that you share the land with. You know, that's kind of how it feels to me. Do you know what I mean? What you're getting at is what I meant. Right, yeah, absolutely. I think it's different from this. It's totally different from this. 100%. Did you hear about Liberty University going to a game in Massachusetts College doing their Pride at the same day? I have no idea what any of that means, Raven. I'm sorry. No idea. Honestly. I've had, like, Pride for surviving and keeping my language and culture alive. I suppose, but I don't know if Indigenous Pride is at all comparable to allegiance to a country. No, I would say it's not. Because, you know, again, you're a colonized people who are resisting colonization and imperialism. You know what I mean? Right, exactly. A lot of people don't put the idea of power in things like this. Luna having patriotism is fine because of that. Black power is okay, but white power is not. Exactly, right. Exactly, yeah. This is the very basic understanding that everybody should have of power dynamics, right? This is something that people don't understand. Even people who call themselves anarchists don't understand what power dynamics are and what power dynamics mean and what kind of ramifications they have for people who are on the, you know, lower end of the power dynamic. They have less power and are therefore abused, attacked, etc., right? So, you know, I think that that's really ridiculous, because it should be a fundamental understanding of anyone who calls themselves an anarchist, because we're talking about hierarchies, we're talking about power and violence, and you should understand how those things relate, right? You know, I just think that's like a basic, number one, basic number one understanding of anarchism. That stuff, right?
They'll live with me forever.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Worth every second of waiting.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely.
We waited 14 hours.
God, how boring is your life?
And it was worth every second.
Queued for 14 hours.
You seem like you're...
These people have no lives. They must have no lives. How is this the most memorable thing in your life? These people are like Witcher NPCs. They're serfs, like actual peasants.
Very moved, sir.
Yeah. Like they sit home in the mud, you know what I mean? And they have nothing. And they're like, the queen is the most important thing.
Excuse me, my dad's medals.
Oh, again! What is it with these motherfuckers? And you know, right? You know, I don't even know why he said that. Is there anything coming up after that?
Is your dad's okay? So you feel...
He just wanted to mention. He just wanted to mention. He's like, my dad's medals. But excuse me, my dad's medals. Right?
Second.
Queued for 14 hours.
You seem like you're also very moved, sir.
Yeah. Excuse me, my dad's medals.
What's going through these people's minds? What's happening? So odd. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. It is stolen valor. It is stolen valor. Absolutely. He had to show the box the medals. They're selling, you know what? They are selling these wholesale. Toxico, right? They're selling these in the fucking queue. Genuinely. It is virtue signaling. It is. Look how close I am to the monarchy. My dad fought in a war. It's just so ridiculous. Same way LARPers in the UK act like they've been in the military. In the US act like they've been in the military. It is the same energy. You see those guys in the US with the fucking veteran hats, innit? Like Vietnam veteran hats. Like, say what you want about Hassan, but like one of the funnier things that he did was like actually buy one of those hats and wear it on stream just to prove how easily you can fucking do that. You know? Don't know about the UK, but you could just buy old World War I and II medals over here. Well, yeah, like Sophie's in Armenia at the minute, and she's like been showing us loads of like weird stuff that you could buy over there. You could buy medals. You could buy medals and shit like that. You could buy any kind of medals. Nazi medals, communist medals, fucking any Armenian state medals, like all that shit. It's mental. eBay as well, you know? Ridiculous. You could buy them at a shop in Brighton. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. I just can't believe it. I genuinely, like, the way that this guy was like, excuse me, my dad's medals. Like, bro, no one cares, dude.
Are those your dad's? Okay, so you feel very strong connection to the Queen through him?
Yeah, because he was a naval officer and met the Queen, and so was my brother, and yeah, there's a huge connection with my family.
Yeah.
Get World War stuff at Value Village.
It was just incredible. Really brilliant.
These people do want to seem special and important. I think you're right, Mark. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think it's like they know in the face of this like unassailable power, right? You know, they're like, okay, I'm nothing compared to this person. So they have to be like, and that's what it is. You know what it is? It's like trying to be friends with the cool kids at school or the bullies, right? So, you know, as much as like if someone like out of school, like a new kid comes to school and talks to like, you know, like we were never friends with the bullies in our school. We were the weird kids, right? But like someone would come and ask me and I'd be like, yeah, I know them, but I don't like them. Yeah, it's whatever, like they're dickheads. Do you know what I mean? But that would make you seem like a bit more powerful. And you would be like a bit more closer to the hierarchy, right? So that's what it's about. It's about like, they're like positioning themselves in the hierarchy. You know? It's ridiculous. Dave, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. How are you doing? welcome in. Gang, please go show some love to Dave. He is a lovely lad. Great streamer. Does some really interesting stuff on his streams. Like putting together old consoles and seeing if they work and shit like that. Go check him out. Thank you so much for the raid, Dave. Really appreciate that. If you're coming in from Dave's stream, my name's djmuel. I'm a leftist political streamer. My pronouns are he, him. We're currently looking at, well, you can see, fuck the monarchy. We're just looking at some weird people who queued up to see the dead queen in a box. And a lot of them are wearing their dad's medals for some reason. So, you know. Good to see you streaming again. I missed you. Oh, thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. Yeah, I missed everybody. I missed everybody out here. Hey, Twitchy Sauce, how's it going? In a way, it's a bit sad. That means that someone could put Grandpa's mementos out on the curb and now it's being sold for profit. Oh, yeah, it's fucked. Yeah, it is extremely fucked. I agree.
You know, I was born just after her coronation, and that's all I know, Queen. And she's been a constant, you know.
Like, you know, when people refer to her as like a constant, that's what fucks with me, I think, the most. Because it's like, she wasn't really a constant. She wasn't in the news all the time. If by constant you mean she was just alive, she was alive for a long period of time, then yeah, of course she was constant. But, you know, by definition, she's not. She's dead now. So she's not constant, is she?
Always there.
You've made that up. You've made that up to feel better about you. Oh my God. Oh, putting mustaches to shame. This guy's a cosplayer. This guy's a cosplayer. This guy is cosplaying as British man. Wait, you were on the tube with him? What do you mean you were on the tube with him? This guy's got a debate channel. Yeah, he has. He had his kids with him. Oh my God, I would be so dressed the same. And his wife. Was his wife dressed the same? I hate that. I hate everything about that. Young Stephen Fry. Oh my God, imagine if this was your dad. They were dressed like 1930s aristros. Unhinged. Absolutely out of this world. On another planet. What's going on? His sons were wearing shorts. I know exactly what kind of shorts you mean. And if my dad ever made me wear those shorts, I would never forgive him. Actual LARPers, that's right, Elsimon. Hello, welcome in. Poundland Jacob Rees Mug.
Right.
Wow. Do you feel like much of a personal kind of connection to the Queen?
I don't know if it's personal, but she's part of our living constitution and she's served us in a really remarkable way.
Part of a living constitution. That's something I've never, ever, ever heard in my life. Don't make jokes about that, Survived. Come on, you know better than that. You know better than that. Don't have to fucking ban someone for shit like that on my first stream back. Come on, chat. We don't have a constitution. We don't have a constitution. Sometimes a man reaches a point in life where they find they can actually grow a stash. Sometimes they experiment with things like mustache wax. No, that's fine. That's literally fine. You can do that. As long as you don't dress up like this and go and see the dead queen in a box. It's just, yeah, it's just weird. No, we don't have a constitution. Of course we don't.
So it was my chance to pay my final respects and say thank you.
How do you feel about the idea that some people have expressed?
That's why this guy has said that she's a living constitution, because she's a constitution, because she's not. He's trying to justify what he knows to not be true. We have the Magna Carta from 1,000 years ago, yeah, but it doesn't mean anything. None of it's codified into like actual law or you know, a proper constitution or anything like that. In America, when people talk about one's living constitution, it's usually during an Activia yogurt commercial. That's right.
We should replace our constitutional monarchy with an elected head of state.
Well, fortunately, they're in a vanishingly small minority, so it's not something I bother myself with.
Some of those people have been arrested, I hear, for holding placards and so on, saying things like abolish.
You live in a dream world, bro.
Myself with.
Some of those people.
Hang on.
idea that some people have expressed that we should replace our constitutional monarchy with an elected head of state.
Well, unfortunately, they're in a vanishingly small minority, so it's not...
No, they're not, dude. No, they're not. It's not. You lot there going to queue up to the Queen are the vanishingly small minority. Like, that is a fact. There's actually stats about that. There's actually genuine stats that people have done. People have gone and researched everybody and said, do you think we should still have a monarchy? And the majority of the UK said no. You know, and they didn't just like ask people in like Liverpool. You know, this is like all over the UK. Absolutely absurd. What an absurd thing to say. Yeah, they're vanishing because the cops are dragging them away.
That's the thing I bother myself with.
Some of those people have been arrested.
Yeah, royals and government can just do whatever they want with no constitutional court holding them to account. That's correct. Yes.
Arrested, I hear, for holding placards and so on, saying things like abolish the monarchy. Is that right?
No, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
It's right that we all have the right to express ourselves, even if we do it tastelessly.
Oh my God, David Beckham. Oh, way to go and see the Queen. She's dead, innit? Fucking hell, mate. Hey, Serena, if you have no constitution, how is your law rooted? Yeah, as Lyra says, that's a good joke, yeah. Yeah.
David, can we get a few words for Sky News, please? David, Sky News, just an emotional moment. How was that? David, back please.
Sorry? We were there, you know, we were there for a reason, and, you know, everyone was together, and it was a special few hours. You know, the legacy that she is.
Oh, he's just saying words.
Is incredible.
He's just saying words.
Again, are we?
Oh God.
I don't think so. No, I think that someone to have led the country the way she led our country. That's why we all queued up today, because I think it's.
Hey, Gumbo Master, what's going on?
And it's us paying respect to our Queen. It's a difficult moment right now, so.
Excuse me, sir. This is a bit cannibalistic, but how do you feel? You just interviewed David Beckham.
Just let me stand up 1 second. How do I feel?
Yeah.
It's obviously a personal matter of him to go there. He wasn't there as a celebrity.
Hey, Sorka, what's going on?
The Queen.
That's
he
all
was
right.
mourning like everybody else. He'd queued up, by all accounts, for hours.
Wow.
Respectfully, he hadn't jumped the queue like an MP.
Do you think some people were more excited to see David Beckham than the Queen?
I wouldn't think so. No. I mean, David Beckham's great, but you know, he's not ruled the country as a monarch for 70 years, so yeah. No.
Was it almost as exciting to see?
I don't like football. And if I liked football, I don't think I'd even like David Beckham. But even I would be more excited to meet David Beckham than the Queen. You know, what if he says something really funny? What if he says something dead funny? I can't imagine Queen Elizabeth ever saying anything that would make me laugh, right? David Beckham, however, he's already said things that make me laugh. So he's actually one up on the Queen in, like, you know, who's made me laugh competition between him and the Queen. He is here and she's here. In fact, the Queen has made me angry. So actually she loses points. That's the opposite of laughing, is being mad at someone, isn't it? We all know that. Hey, Galasbar, what's going on? Welcome in. There was a video of a woman getting interviewed for why she went in the queue and was like, I came from a mum who would have wanted to be here. And her friend was like, yeah, she thought she might meet David Beckham.
See David Beckham as it was to see the Queen?
In different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both heroes of mine in different respects.
Do you see that David Beckham was here?
Oh, here's that fucking guy. He's an horrible cunt. You can tell in his eyes.
Yeah, there was a big group of
Seen that on the news and he queued, didn't he, for 12 hours?
Yeah, he did, yeah. What do you think of that? Are you just...
That's all right.
Yeah.
I want to see what other badges he's got. I can't quite make them out, but they kind of look like football club pins. He's got a lot of poppies on. That's pretty much a fascist dog whistle.
No one's going to get the.
But unfortunately, he also looks like a leather gay. So I'm kind of like, yeah.
The celebrity world have not got access.
To what? To the Westminster Hall. Okay, you can't skip the queue if you're a celeb.
Oh no, he has got medals on. I didn't think he had. I thought he had medals on before, but then I thought, he's probably not got medals on. But he does. He's got medals on. Oh fucking hell!
Yeah.
You've got to join the general population.
Everyone's equal.
Two things can be true. They can, yeah.
Except the monarchs.
Well, it's theirs, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Fucking hell. He's got every medal like Neil Breen, yeah. Poppy Watch gonna have a field day with that fucker, yeah. Oh, it's nearly Poppy time again, isn't it? It's nearly Poppy time again, isn't it? Oh, I hate that. Oh, I fucking hate that. You know, just when you think you've escaped the poppies, it comes back round again. You know, it's because it lingers on for so many months afterwards. Well, actually, no. It's because there's 2 remembrance days, isn't there? Yeah, Muel, where's your fucking poppy? It's up my fucking arse, second shelf. What is poppy time? It's the time in the UK where if you're not wearing a poppy, you get arrested and thrown in jail. That's not true. I shouldn't joke about that because people might think that's actually true, won't they? Now, it's not like the original joke where it's like if you say you're English, you'll get arrested and thrown in jail, because that would never happen, and it's quite obvious that would never happen. But if I did that joke, people might actually think it's real, so I shouldn't. It's not far from that. It's not far off. This year they might actually do that. Yeah, they might. They might. You got your poppy season in April down there? Fucking hell. Opium Wars remembrance flowers. That's what they are, Cryoghoul, yeah. What is a poppy then? So, you know in Normandy, in like the killing fields. It's not the killing fields, is it? What do they call it? Like the Somme and stuff like that. In Normandy, in northern France, right? So, where everybody died in the fields, where Flanders fields, places like that, yeah. Poppies grow there in loads, in huge volumes. Don't know why. Yeah, Flanders fields, innit? Right. Yeah, the Western Front. In a lot of the Western Fronts in the fields and shit like that. Poppies grow loads. And so that's the flower that they choose to remember people who died in the war and shit like that. So, yeah, that's what it's about. You can also use it to make opium or muffins. That's correct, Birdie. Yeah, that's facts. Well, there we go. That's the end of that video. Again, go check out Media. Very, very fucking cool. How do I fucking do this? How do I get back to this now? How do I get back to this now? How can I do? Fucking hell. Just gonna have to do it again, aren't I? Will that work? Yeah, there you go. There's the link to the video. Yeah, go and check them out. Novara Media, pretty good. Poppies grow well in disturbed ground, supposedly. Oh, is that what it is? They're very hardy flowers. Okay. I'm with you. We did a school trip to Belgium to go where all the historic WW1 sites in secondary. I had a horrific hay fever the entire time and got a concussion on the first day because you banged your head on a trench door frame. That sounds terrible, Sorka. That's a terrible time. I'm sorry that happened to you. So, okay, so that's the end of that. That's the end of that video now. Like I said, chat, I wasn't really going to stream for this long, to be honest. But I do appreciate you showing up and showing out. It's still quite weird for me streaming. I'm still not fully in the game. My head's not fully in the game and shit like that. But I have seen that video, Serena. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, that is a very good video. We are going to be watching a Luna Oi video not on Monday, but on Tuesday. So everything will be back to normal next week. Monday, we're starting with the Gandalf cosplay stream, where I'll be playing a Lord of the Rings game that is unfortunately not Battle for Middle-earth 2, because the person that I lent that to is not responding to my messages. So that's very sad. Oh, shit. Jojo.
Back in the game.
Back in the game. That's right. Thank you so much for the 3 months of Prime Gaming. Appreciate that, Jojo. Appreciate you. Is there a Red Planet this weekend? Don't know. Stay tuned to the Twitter. We will tweet and let you know. Oh, shit. Thank you so much, Maxime. for the Prime sub. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everyone's been telling me to get Battle for Middle-earth. Battle for Middle-earth 2 is the one that I was looking to play. It's very good. Useless teammate.
Happy to see you back.
Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Thanks for the 10 kid. Oh my god, a hype train at the end of the stream. What the fuck is happening?
Woo.
Whoop. Why did she say it like that? Whoop. She said it like a Swede. Thank you so much, Sorka, for the 8 months of Prime Gaming. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Useless. She's turned Italian all of a sudden. All of a sudden, she's turned Italian, honestly. But yeah, so Monday, I'm going to be back with that. We're going to do the, like I said, whatchamacallit, the public domain movie night as well. We'll probably be doing that the same day. So stay tuned for that. And honestly, chat, thank you so much. I know, we've reached 300 already, Lyra. It's crazy. It's like, that has honestly made my fucking week. That I've come back and yous have been so supportive. And we've hit this like rushed September goal that I need to pay for my bills, my rent and shit like that. I really appreciate it. Honestly, I can't thank you enough. I'm absolutely buzzing and I'm looking forward to coming back to streaming. There's going to be a lot of cool new things, you know, that we're going to have in the stream and stuff like that. I'm planning some new emotes. Now that I'm getting some money in, I can actually plan these emotes because they do cost money to have them designed and stuff like that. Used to make them myself, but you know, it's good to give some people some money. Let's get me all the good cup noodles. Yeah, I want those. I want the good ones. I want pot noodles, you know, even though they're only like 79p rather than 50p or whatever. Yeah, appreciate that, gang. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. So yeah, look out for that. Listen, there's going to be a patron-only stream this weekend at some stage. So if you're a patron, keep on the lookout. There's going to be a notification in the Patreon. And if you want to be part of the patron-only streams, become a patron. It's right there in the socials command. Right there. Look at that. Get it all done. Soba noodles are honestly insane for cup noodles. Like yakisoba. Oh, that sounds so good. I love a yakisoba. I actually love a yakisoba so much. There's a new place that's opening in town as well that I really want to try out. They make those Japanese fluffy pancakes. Do you remember when I did that stream where I made Japanese fluffy pancakes? But they weren't quite right. This place does them right. This place has all the shit to make them. So very excited to try that out. It's just a bit into town, away from where I am. Anyway, what are we doing now? What's going on now? Well, I'll tell you, chat, since everybody is dying to know what's going to happen next. We are going to raid somebody. One of my lovely friends who streams on this here, twitch.tv. It's a very fun time for everybody if you come for the raid. So please stay for the raid. It's just a very nice thing to do. And you might enjoy. You might actually enjoy the person whose stream we raid. And I'll tell you who we're going to go and raid today. We're going to go and raid the wonderful, delightful, amazing Nicotine. And she is playing City Skylines. So join me for the raid. There's a raid command in the chat. In fact, there's a couple of raid commands. You can use whatever you like. It's up to you. And again, thank you so much for all the love tonight. Thank you for all the support. What's this now again?
Yas, man.
Fucking Spud, thank you so much for the 10 quid. Thank you so much for subbing off Twitch. And it's good to see you, Spud. Thank you. Chat, peeps, I'm going to be back on Monday. I'll see you then. Stay excellent to each other. Thank you for all the bits, all the raids, all the follows, all the donos, all the subs. Honestly, really appreciate it. And I'm going to raid while we have a perfect number in the chat. So I'll see you next time. Mwah! Stay excellent to each other. Peace, 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 peace.